Hej og velkommen til Michaels YouTube-kanal, The Share Finder, The World. Så har jeg været inde og finde denne her lille citycar. Du kan kun bruge den til byer. Du kan ikke bruge den til at køre på motorvej, så den kan ikke køre særlig stærkt. Men det er en citybil, man kan bruge til at køre rundt i. Og du kan sidde indenfor. Det minder lidt om den gamle. Der var en gammel bil, der minder lidt om den her. Og den hedder Mirolino. Og det er en pris til $13.000. Og hvis vi sætter den over på dansk her, det er hvad den kommer til at koste. Og den kan bestilles nu i Europa. Den er 2,5 meter lang, og det er en elektrisk mikrobil. Og man kan sætte den ind i stikdåsen derhjemme. Det er helt grotesk. Og den findes i mange forskellige farver, kan I se. Den er nuttet, en lille nuttet bil. Og man kan få den med 12,5 kW motor, og man kan få den med 10,5 kW motor, og man kan også få den med 14 kW motor. Og den kan række henholdsvis 91, 177 og 230 km. Det hvis man gør den store, så vil den række 230 km. På en opladning. Det er sgu meget godt gået, ikke? Og den kan køre 50 km i timen. Ja. Den er jo god til at køre rundt i byer, hvor vi kun må køre 50. Ja. Den er nok ikke så god til at køre over store bump. Nej, det kunne jeg forestille mig, det vil den ikke være så god til. Men kører rundt med den inde i byen, for eksempel i København eller noget af den dur, så vil den være sindssygt god at bare fare rundt i. Ja. Og jeg har fundet en bedre film end den, der ligger lige her, som jeg vil vise jer. Jeg tager den lige over på engelsk her. I've been in and I have found this Mirolino car. The cost is $30,000. It's a nice little car to drive in the cities, only in the cities to drive to go out and buy something, and you can drive around with this car. There is the 2 persons in this car. And they have a electric battery in 2.5 kilowatts and up to 14 kilowatts. Yes. This is the colors in the cars. Yes. It's a very nice car. Yeah. There's a film here, but I have another film you will see now. I will set up to you. I will vise you this car, for jeg synes this car is nice. It's a little one, a nice, beautiful car. Yeah, it's not expensive. This is for normal person can go in and buy. Yes, I have found this video. I will vise you for you now. Yeah, I set it on. Yes.
Mirolino is not a car. That is what it says in the advertising material for Mirolino. What it is, it's called a L7E vehicle. That's a small vehicle, maximum weight 450 kilos in Europe, and that weight is plus the battery. So this vehicle is about 500 kilos heavy, which is not a lot. The benefit of having a small vehicle like this, of course, is that the consumption is very low. The consumption per 100 kilometers of a Mirolino is about 7 kilowatts. If you compare that to another small vehicle, for instance the Fiat 500, also fully electrical, they would have approximately twice the consumption of the Mirolino. So the Mirolino looks very smart indeed, and it has some fantastic cool features as well. One of them are these headlamps, torpedo headlamps, as we can call them, integrated headlamps, and a mirror on the other side as well. And the cool feature continues in the front of the car, where you have this line that goes over the entire width of the Mirolino. It also has a sunroof standard on all models. The windows open, can slide back, so you can get some fresh air if you want that as well. And you got a front wiper in the front to keep the screen clean on a rainy day. One of the coolest features, obviously, is when you open the car. For that, you need this little button, and here you'll have a soft opening of the front door and you can jump in the car. When you sit in the Mirolino, you have a feeling that this is a much bigger car. When you're inside, you don't feel the compact dimensions that you see on the outside. The quality of the components and the equipment is a very high quality, and this is considering the fact that this is one of the early production vehicles, and I'm sure they'll be even better as time passes and they can optimize production. This is a Pioneer series car. There will be in total 4 different trim levels. The Pioneer, there will be a Competizione, there will be a Dolce, and there will be an Urban trim level, 4 different levels. They all have the same engine, a 17 horsepower electrical engine, and that is equivalent of 12.5 kilowatts. You will have the option of 3 different batteries. The smallest is a 6 kilowatt hour battery. The medium size, which we have in this vehicle, 10.5 kilowatt battery, and the larger battery, a 14 kilowatt hour battery. The biggest battery will give you a range under best conditions, 220 kilometers, and the smallest will give you a range of about 90 to 100 kilometers, all depending on how cold it is and where you drive and how fast. Inside the Mirolino, you have a speedometer in the front, which is a screen. To the left, you have a gear selector. You can choose R for reverse, and neutral is N, and D for drive. To the left as well, you have a handbrake, conventional handbrake. So you pull it, you feel the resistance, and you know the car is parked. To the right of the steering wheel, you have a small menu, iPhone style. You can choose for the blower, you can turn on the heating, you can turn on the heated defrosters, front and rear, and you can move on, open the hatch, turn on the lights inside, and the menu also gives you some more optional settings, including changing the layout of the speedometer. All really well executed and nice to play with. Charging the Mirolino is very easy because you can charge at home from a normal wall plug. The smallest 6 kilowatt battery will charge at 1.35 kilowatt, and it will take you about 3 hours to get to 80%. The 2 other bigger batteries, the 10.5 and 14 kilowatt batteries, are charging at 2.6 kilowatt, so it will take you 3 hours to 4 hours, depending on which battery, to get to 80%. The fast chargers cannot be used with the Mirolino. A big surprise to me when I looked at it the first time. So you can put in, a couple of bags or shopping, or even kids' bikes, will fit into the trunk of the Mirolino. Back in 1994, the company was founded by the Oboda family, and they started producing kick scooters, small scooters that we see the kids use when they go to school, or we use them downtown when we park our cars and go to work. These scooters became an overnight success. In 1999, the company took off, and they've been selling millions of these scooters ever since. In 2014, the Oboda family, Wim and his 2 sons, Merlin and Oliver, they were thinking about, finding a revolutionary way of changing mobility. And they came up with this idea, inspired by the Isetta from the 50s, and said, we can make a vehicle that is, similar to the car, but without all the negatives from the cars. A couple of years later, in March of 2016, they took the Mirolino to Geneva Motor Show. They had a small stand, and that's where I saw it for the first time. And instantly you just say, that's a great idea. But from this great idea to getting the project on wheels as we experience it now, of course, is a lot of hard work and a lot of challenges and disappointments. But now the project is on its feet. They started then ramping up the project, getting it to production level. Prototypes were built, and in 2022 they delivered the first 60 cars to customers. In 2023 the plan is to deliver between 4,000 and 5,000 cars to customers, and eventually ramping up in 24, 25 they should be able to get to about 11,000 vehicles per year. Now, will they find customers for this number of cars? I'm sure they will. The trend is with them. Mobility in the city is taking a turn to lighter, much more efficient vehicles, and this is where Mirolino will fit perfectly that bill. Okay, let's do one more burst. Here we go. 30, 40, and 60. So Mirolino does consistently, and now we have 2 people in the car, will hit in 8.8 seconds 0 to 60 consistently. We've done 5 different lap times now, and it seems that it is a quite stable performance. So I think for what Mirolino sets out to do with this vehicle, it delivers on all the parameters you want it to. Obviously, this is not a car. This is a city vehicle that will deliver most of the things that you need when you whiz around the town and you want to buy groceries or pick up someone downtown. You can sit 2 people in it very comfortably. We tried that over a longer distance. It works really well with 2 people. Inside the vehicle is much more spacious than you would actually think that it is when you look from the outside. It delivers on space, it delivers on fun, it also delivers on luggage space, and certainly it delivers on the speed and the ease with which you can move around downtown with a Mirolino. So if you want to give the vehicle a verdict, normally I would give a car stars depending on how good it is. This is not a car, so I'm not going to give it any stars, but for what it delivers and what it can do and they're set up to do, this is the real thing. So it gets, from me, it gets 4 smileys, because that's how you feel when you drive the Mirolino. If you consider a small car for downtown use, this is the one you should go and test drive. I would recommend it. At least you will certainly get a smile when you do that. So have fun.
Ja, det var så en video om Mirolino, en lille bitte bil.
Auto's worden steeds groter en
Hvad den så koster her i Danmark, det ved jeg ikke. Vi skal jo så nok lægge noget afgift på. Det vil nok koste lidt mere end de 35.000, som den koster i Schweiz. Jeg ved ikke, hvor meget den vil lægge på, men det er jo en scooter, vil jeg sige. En stor scooter med tag, der er noget pænere og lækre end de andre, man kan købe i dag. Jeg synes, den ser ganske spændende ud, og jeg vil da have, at I selv går ind og sidder og studerer den, og det er også nogle lækre farver, den har. Det synes jeg da. Og jeg kan huske, at den gamle, den var så trehjulet, den gamle bil, der var 2 for og 1 bag. Nu er der 4 hjul på, og det er den samme type, bare med 4 hjul. Gå selv ind og se, og for the English people, I see this now, I think this car, eller not a car, this shooter is a very nice. We can drive about 60 km per hour, and I think this is very good for a small car, and I can sit 2 person in it, and I think this is also nice. And you could drive in the city, in small cities, and you cannot drive on the big big way, but you can drive in the city with this car. Yeah. Yes, I will go back to Denmark again. Ja, ja, jeg ved heller ikke, hvad den kommer til at koste af pris i Danmark, men det er da værd at gå ind og sidde og kigge. Jeg synes, at det er en lækker bil. En lækker bil også for lidt svagtgående og sådan noget, kan bruge den. Kan kravle ind i den, og den er da bedre end de der kører rundt på cykelstierne, tænker jeg. Den vil da være meget bedre. Ja. Nå, ja, det var bare en video om denne her Mirolino, som jeg synes bare så rigtig spændende ud, og nogle fede farver, synes jeg. Nogle rigtig fede farver, de har givet den. Ja, okay. Jeg vil smutte igen. Ha' en rigtig god dag. Og til the English people, have a good day too. Hey.